It started as a clip, a house breathing smoke with a voice that says she lost everything.
It's my chandelier. Here's a bed. It's still bouncy. Bought these plushies. I lost all my plushies in a house fire, you motherfucker. You don't know what it's like. You probably don't know what it's like to have a house fire and lose absolutely everything.
A bearded dragon that shouldn't have been there. A home in decay. Mold on walls. A GoFundMe that raised tens of thousands and then vanished. And the constant violence from a lover and a stalker.
He knows it upsets me, and he knows that it triggers me.
Some viewers called it a tragedy. Others called it theater. What really happened in that house? An accident, negligence, or something far darker?
Bro, someone help. What do I do in this situation?
Over the next few minutes, we'll follow the clips, the contradictions, and the receipts. You decide what to believe. Because how did a girl go from this to this? This is everything you need to know. The story of the internet's most infamous online beggar, and how it all came crashing down. A supposed tragedy struck the home of a young content creator named Spider Lily, whom I'll be calling Callie in this video. Callie claimed that she had lost everything in the incident, including her clothes and other personal belongings. However, the house belonged to her parents, not to her personally.
There's the bricks. So that's my dad's bed. Anyways, I'm going to the kitchen to get some food.
What stood out to some was her apparent sarcasm despite the severity of the situation. Before the fire, several viewers had already raised concerns about the condition of the house, suggesting that it was a potential safety risk.
Hey motherfuckers, come to clean my outside bathroom. Just kidding, it's in the house, but it feels like it's outside. It's like 30 degrees in here, and I can't insulate it. LOL. The bath is broken, the sink is broken, the toilet is broken, I'm broken. Anyways, I'm not deleting the bloopers of this video.
This is just pathetic to look at. According to a Reddit post, everything in this house was mold infested, disgusting, and wired completely wrong. I remember watching a video of her showing the laundry room, and she said that she was worried it would catch on fire.
Lame, don't like that. This one was almost a hole, never became a hole. You will stub your toe on it if you walk by it. And this is absolutely the worst. It make the whole entire bathroom cold, and the cats leave.
That is just the toilet. The whole house is in shambles. And it's surprising that Callie had no problem showing the decay of her home to the world, all in the name of making cleaning videos.
Hey motherfuckers, come to clean my outside bathroom. Just kidding, it's in the house, but it feels like it's outside. It's like 30 degrees in here, and I can't insulate it. LOL. The bath is broken, the sink is broken, the toilet is broken, I'm broken. Anyways, I'm not deleting the bloopers of this video. There I did the dumbest thing, and then I fixed it. Whoop whoop. Pip pip cheerio. Throw away the trash on the bathroom floor. Who the fuck was eating ding-dongs in the bathroom?
If you think you've seen the worst, what about a video she made showing and rating all the mold inside their house?
So obviously we're gonna start in the bathroom. We got the shower curtain in 2023. Well, this is near where the 3 holes are. I am on the plywood covering that. Yeah, this floor makes me sad. The infinite dirt glitch.
Also in the living room, Callie is seen in another video collecting rainwater with pillows so the water doesn't spread around the house.
Yes, it's raining in here, but we don't talk about that. Just kidding, I am going to talk about it a little bit. We put pillows in the floor to catch the rain. It doesn't really do anything.
Damn, I wonder how she and her siblings are able to live in a house like that. Let me show you what the water closet looks like. And honestly, I'd like to know if you'd use it even if a gun were pointed at your head.
And then we got our toilet. Oh! The rod you have to pull. Like I said before, my friend thought she's gonna get an STI if she came in my house. And then there's a mold in the toilet, not even to fucking mention. Y'all, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
Although Callie seems cheerful and energetic in the video, many viewers expressed concern and sympathy for her situation. You can see how a terrible living condition was transformed into content for viewers who cared to watch. So when the house was finally consumed by fire, probably due to faulty wiring or something else disorganized in the house, it was a relief for some fans. With one saying, "As weird as it sounds, I'm hoping this is the universe telling you enough is enough." During the time she was living in the house before the fire, Callie had a bearded dragon that she cared for.
Living in. It is a 50-gallon. Definitely not suitable for a lizard her size. A bearded dragon. She's been living in this ever since she was little. So today we're gonna upgrade it. Because y'all helped me get her a new one. Thank you so much.
Unfortunately, the creature was burned in the fire. Following the tragedy, a GoFundMe campaign was launched to assist Callie, prompting many people to contribute financially. From the GoFundMe page, we can see that Callie and her father, Ryan Watkins, are the organizers and beneficiaries of the page. Her dad is not very active in her life, at least from what we can gather from the outside. especially after Callie left home to live with her boyfriend, which I'll get into later. This is probably why he posted something like this on his Facebook account. Girls do cocaine once, fight with their boyfriend, and then update their bio like ex-user and domestic violence survivor. And yes, his daughter did go through violence from her relationship with a psycho. Let's go back to the GoFundMe. Their target was to raise around $150,000 to get a new place for themselves. Luckily, they were able to raise more than $60,000 from fans and well-wishers. Eventually, the GoFundMe page was taken down and people were unable to make donations. This was brought to Callie's attention.
I'm not sure why it won't let you donate to my father's GoFundMe. But I'll make sure to discuss that with him later.
This aligns with what was shown on the GoFundMe page, where Ryan Watkins was listed as the beneficiary. Since the funds were intended for the family home, it would make sense for her father to get the funds. Callie also acknowledged this in a video.
That GoFundMe ain't going to me. It's going to him, even though I got $59 to my name right now.
Despite thousands of dollars being donated toward the house, Callie continued to claim that she was broke and in need of money. Around that time, a Family Guy meme was shared on TikTok by a user named Lizzie.
You're lucky. My mother died last year after a long illness.
You got your GoFundMe money, so shut up!
In one of the viral videos associated with the Family Guy trend, Callie commented and even reposted it, suggesting that she was aware of the perceptions surrounding her actions. I saw this when watching the actual show, and my BF replayed it and said, "You." Another detail that might indicate Callie's self-awareness is a tattoo on her body that appears to reveal insight into her situation. But what type of character is that? And how is she relevant to what I'm talking about? This character is Sarah Lynn from the Netflix series BoJack Horseman. In the series, there was an episode where Sarah said something along the lines of what people were complaining about Callie at the time.
This is for your own good. You can't stay here anymore.
I know, but I can, so I will. I'm at a place right now where I never need to grow as a person or rise to an occasion because I can constantly just surround myself with sycophants and enablers until I die tragically young.
The series depicts Sarah as a deeply traumatized child star who became a self-destructive teenager due to neglect, exploitation, and emotional abandonment. The tattoo of Sarah on her body says a lot. However, Callie had one issue with her tattoo artist.
Done by a tattoo artist,
Jeremy Walls.
and he did tattoos on 15-year-olds who he actually sexually assaulted.
Given the concerns raised about her tattoo artist, some have questioned why she continued returning to him for additional work. Callie also expressed dissatisfaction with the placement of the tattoo, noting that it was positioned in a relatively private area of her body. So what was Callie's explanation for allowing it to happen? She mainly said she agreed because of the fee.
Because he was doing that and I had thought that it was fine or whatever. No, I didn't know if I was being assaulted by him. He was just, trying to get a better grip, but I never came back. And also those tattoos were free.
Situations like this can arise when vulnerable teenagers leave parental protection before reaching full emotional maturity. Much like Sarah Lynn, Callie seems aware of the path she's on, yet continues to engage in recurring online begging.
My phone is on 8%. I'm at 51 Park Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee. If anybody could come, because I've already called the police and it's been over 20 minutes and they're still not here.
Callie's online begging didn't stop. During that time, her fans were sponsoring her and her boyfriend, Preston, by paying for them to stay in hotels.
A lot of money for the family to get back housed. I was with my boyfriend. We've just been hotel hopping ever since. And we're at the cheapest one now.
Callie's begging is most frustrating because people have noticed from her constant videos that she mostly spends the money on things that are basically unnecessary.
Look at how much she has when all she does is beg for money and make GoFundMe. She hasn't worked a day in her life, and most of her money she has gotten are handouts or from her GoFundMe.
Some of these items were donated by her fans, while others were purchased with money given to help her move out of her family home. After the fire, she appeared to send a subtle message suggesting that she would need additional funds. "My house just burned down and my lizard died. I lost everything y'all donated for me to move out." Callie's boyfriend Preston is usually pissed whenever she brings up the fire incident GoFundMe. He expects her to focus on raising money to survive in the hotel.
Why can't I talk about this? They asked about this.
Soon after the disagreement, the individual who is screen recording the live stream commented that Preston appeared to dislike, and he was subsequently removed from the broadcast. This clearly means that her boyfriend Preston had control over her account and was remotely monitoring her, making sure she said things the way he wanted. According to Callie, he also deleted comments that were not favorable to him.
I want to tell my reason why. The comments disappeared because he's deleting them.
There were many disturbing and chaotic incidents between these two. More on that later in the video. But the big question is, how was such a young teenager able to persuade adults to provide financial support? Much of it seems to have relied on emotional appeals and strategic messaging. Below is one example of her posts. "I need $70 to book a hotel tonight, please help." Callie stated that she might be stuck at the police station, which some interpreted as an attempt to prompt additional donations. On a separate occasion, she sought financial assistance, citing hunger as the reason. "Can somebody PayPal? I'm hungry." Keep in mind that right before Callie gained massive fame online, she had a job and was using it to support herself. However, she left for what some considered flimsy reasons. When she was questioned about it, this is what she had to say.
Oh yeah, I stopped coming into work completely because my boss got in contact with my grandpa and started lying and saying that I had $30,000 in my bank account.
That explanation didn't make much sense. Why would her boss have access to her account or care about how much money was in it? That was her first reason for leaving. The second reason involved something her coworkers allegedly did.
It was turned against me because of her, and then I was also recorded at work my coworkers made pages of exposing me. So obviously I'm not gonna work with those motherfuckers anymore.
While it's not appropriate to film Callie at work, I don't think that alone is a good enough reason to resign from a job. And even if she did resign, there are plenty of other jobs she could apply for. Instead, she began asking for money. Callie has also used her birthday as an occasion to request financial support from her fans. "I can't believe I'm 29. Feel free to send all birthday wishes." Callie also informed her fans that she had created a birthday wish list, complete with a link to the items she wanted. Many of the requested items appeared unnecessary, ranging from chocolate to spider lilies to nail products, among others. What stands out to some observers is that many people continue to support Callie despite the criticism. Posts like this reflect the ongoing support she receives. "You know what, girl, you're the strongest lady I've ever seen. You've been moving mountains and rebuilding slowly." Callie's often direct in her messaging, but critics argue that can sometimes come across as deceptive, especially when she seeks financial support. In this case, fear seems to be the primary appeal. "Can somebody please help me get a train? I'm scared." Here we find that she needs an amount of money. Unlike some content creators like Topiachu, you can check her video later on our channel, who beg for money from a place of comfort.
I'd be outside. I didn't get a lion. Did I get a lion? I did not get a lion.
Callie, on the other hand, often appears to be in a serious situation, or at least situations that are presented as such, before asking for money. This has caused some observers to question whether the house fire was truly a coincidence or possibly intentional. So hear me out, I think she burnt down her own home for donations. A video circulated online showing Callie in distress at a Starbucks, with some viewers alleging that she may have overdosed or faking it for donations.
You a goddamn mom.
Following the incident, Callie stated in response to a video reportedly recorded by a Starbucks employee, "I can't even buy my cat soap after being sprayed by a male cat without being photographed and bullied by a cashier." An attempt was reported by a Starbucks cashier. "I was in the ICU for 3 days." These types of posts are meant to show that she doesn't have money and that she also has a medical condition that requires spending. Some people may feel moved by this and choose to donate, especially after seeing comments like these. "She's been through so much y'all can't even imagine. Mental health matters until it's her. However, many would expect Callie to be remorseful after being called out for allegedly manipulating her viewers for money and mismanaging it, but instead she questioned why people were complaining about her.
Not even technically, fucking factually. If money was given to you, you're not stealing it. Y'all donated to me. I spent the money that was donated to me. Thank you. I really don't think I was wrong for that. Maybe don't donate.
At certain points, as criticism of online begging continued, Callie appears to adjust her approach, opting to request services rather than direct financial support. Please help me get an hour closer to Tennessee. It won't allow me to go live. You don't have to send money, just an Uber. When requesting services does not seem to generate enough support, she appears to shift strategies, offering services of her own and prompting them through posts like this. Haven't eaten in 3 days. So what content is she selling, you might ask? Callie came up with the idea of selling access to explicit content on a platform called Clapper. It's a subscription-based platform, meaning users have to pay to view her posts. She occasionally advertises time-sensitive promotions, providing discounted subscription rates for those who subscribe within a 2-hour window. Callie also utilized Telegram as another location where she can make money from selling her body with posts like this. Come message me on Telegram to see more of me. Observers questioned whether Callie had the maturity or experience required to establish such a structured system for monetizing adult content. Similar concerns were shown in discussions on Reddit. Doesn't Preston have access to her Telegram and respond to people? Someone commented, stating definitively that Preston is the one who controls all the accounts and manages the money they make in his role as her manager. I think it was confirmed that he does run her Telegram messaging. He probably loves it. In addition to Telegram, Callie is also active on Fansly. For those unfamiliar with the platform, Fansly is a subscription-based social media platform that allows content creators to monetize exclusive content. She further advertises her Fansly page using promotional posts on Instagram and Snapchat. Preston was called out for allowing or encouraging such a young girl to sell her body online. However, he denied having anything to do with it.
People are saying you chose it, and that's correct, is it not?
It was for a minute.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I chose it for a minute. Because I thought, oh, I needed to make a little extra money.
Preston even pressured Callie to admit that he had nothing to do with it. Callie appeared to imply that she had not entirely agreed to selling explicit content. Preston, however, seemed dissatisfied with her response and continued to question her.
Hey, let's talk about this comment. Probably his idea to get money. Look how controlling he is. Let's talk about that one. And let's let Callie talk first.
I don't want to talk about that one.
Well, you should.
I really don't want to.
Why?
I really don't want to.
You should.
Callie initially refused to answer the question. However, Preston continued pressing her until she eventually responded, though her response appeared reluctant.
He is. That needs to be talked about for you giving clarity to your audience.
No, not his idea to get money.
Callie was clearly coerced into clearing Preston's name. However, viewers seemed to focus more on her reaction than on what she actually said. Preston went on to express how displeased he was about her selling her body, despite having allowed it to continue for months until the backlash began.
Alright, as your boyfriend, I don't expect you to just one day wake up and say, hey, I'm gonna sell my body, and I'm gonna be looking at that and be like, what the fuck? And that's what happened. And that shit angered the fuck out of me,
Yeah.
Because why would you just start doing that?
Shortly afterward, Reddit posts suggested that either Preston or Callie had deactivated the Clapper account. A fan believed that Preston probably deleted the post because it was upset with Callie for some reason, and not necessarily because of the backlash over the content being posted. Preston deleted it because he was mad at her. The live kept going even though the account was deleted, but posts circulating on platforms such as Reddit have alleged that Callie and her boyfriend Preston, before they deactivated the account, produced explicit content on Clapper and may have mistreated their cat during the process. The claim stated, someone paid money to watch their porn live stream, and Preston grabbed Twinkle by the neck and threw her to the ground. The primary concern raised in the post was not the nature of the content itself, but the allegation that their cat was present in the same room while they were engaging in the act. I've not personally seen the video to verify this claim. However, the accusation has led some to question whether the pets in their care are safe.
Can you get it up, please? Hey, Let's move you. Let's move you. Girl, I'm so sorry. Did I hurt her?
A weird creator on TikTok called Vamp Daddy, who we'll discuss shortly in this video, also had something to say about how Callie and Preston were marketing their Clapper content. He claimed that adult content creators like Callie only make significant money at the beginning, but eventually lose momentum because audiences have already seen their content multiple times. Your income typically slowly goes down after because the people who would want to see it have already seen it and you're not new anymore. I liked Callie and all, but she isn't exactly attractive enough and Preston isn't anywhere near big enough to really make money doing it. This also proves that Preston is actively supportive of Callie's explicit content. On Reddit, posts like this criticize the quality of the content she was providing to subscribers, using captions such as, "what I ordered versus what I got." Additionally, just like Sarah Lynn, Callie is reportedly dealing with an addiction to hard substances. She had in the past been caught saying that she used the use of supplements to be smaller.
I was taking so many supplements to be smaller, but nothing was enough for me.
It got so bad that she was admitted and had to rehabilitate herself to get off the supplements she was taking.
And I got treatment. I went to a facility, and yeah, it is kind of like Adderall, but it's not Adderall. It's an amphetamine, yeah. But I'd go days without eating. Whenever I was admitted, I'd already been 6 days in with no food.
However, one of her apparent favorites is vaping. She's also been accused of begging for donations to buy drugs.
Not be stranded in the freezing fucking cold because it's raining really bad. Please help.
Whether it was an act of manipulation or a consequence of substance abuse, Callie once went live and appeared to signal that she was planning to end her life, saying goodbye to her viewers.
Trigger warning, because I have to say bye. It's almost the end, and it's actually exactly the anniversary of the day that we met 3 years ago, if you've watched me ever since.
She went on to complain about her living conditions, claiming that she was going through a lot and that her life wasn't as she had planned it to be. Callie went further to claim that her cat was the only thing that mattered to her.
God, look at this. This is the only thing that's left. This place, I don't know. I have to leave tomorrow, and my house burned down, and I don't have any home or anybody now.
This is beginning to sound like an elaborate attempt to deceive her viewers. The aim is to gain sympathy and encourage them to beg her to live, reinforcing the idea that there was hope through their donations.
I finally got the closure that I needed from my dad, and I finally got the closure that I needed from my mom. And I've talked to Rambo. He knows everything.
Just as you and many viewers might have predicted, there's nothing of the sort and she's still alive to this day. But there's no way you can talk about this irresponsible behavior without mentioning her #1 enabler, her boyfriend Preston. Callie met Preston online when she was around 16 years old and he was 21 at the time. She was not yet a big name on social media. According to a Reddit user, he convinced her to let him become her manager. Shortly after meeting, he became her manager, and I'm not sure what all he did other than gain access to all her accounts. I believe Preston may have convinced her that he knew how to make her more famous online. After this, 2 GoFundMe pages were set up, one for her car and the other for housing. However, something unusual caused people to stop donating. According to the same Reddit user, months after it was started and had gained thousands of dollars, Callie's mom edited the description of the GoFundMe to say stop donating, because all of the donations went directly into Preston's bank account. The excuse for listing Preston as the beneficiary was that Callie was not yet 18 years old at the time. However, when the money came in, the car that was meant to be bought for Callie was purchased under Preston's name, and the rest of the money was reportedly spent on a vacation, and Callie had something to say about it.
It turns out money was being touched. And then whenever we went on our vacation, because he got mad at his dad, obviously the money was being touched, and I knew that. I just didn't know how much of it was being touched, and I didn't get to know until he started asking me.
Callie stated that she was unaware of how much of the GoFundMe funds were being spent and only became aware of it later during their vacation.
After being with him for like a month, booking different places, I was in Georgia at this time, I had no idea that we didn't have any money. And so he was like, my car insurance is going to be $500 this month, and I only have $200.
Once the incident gained attention on Reddit and TikTok, Preston was confronted by his own brother.
I just don't understand, like, why you feel the need to have to talk to a 17-year-old girl, Preston.
Preston was pressed to explain why he had wasted money that was donated, spending it on frivolous things instead of using it for its intended purpose.
Apparently you guys went on a vacation and she had like $21,000 on her card and now she has $3,000. I basically need you to tell me, what have you done with this girl? Have you had sex with this girl?
No.
This is not entirely accurate, because for someone to have that much control over Callie, there'd likely been some level of intimacy involved. But as regards the car, Preston admitted to buying a car in his name using the GoFundMe money.
Because I know you used her money to buy that car. You don't, yeah.
And that was our decision. That wasn't something that I was convincing anybody to do. That is a decision that we made when we got into the relationship, and that she allowed.
Preston's brother warned him about grooming Callie and the repercussions of it.
It has never been to
You don't need to be involved with a 17-year-old girl as a 22-year-old man. It doesn't matter if she turns 18 in 5 seconds. What you've done with her while she's 17, that's what's fucked up, dude.
Well, that's how people view it, but her and I don't view it that way, and I know a lot of other people.
It doesn't matter how you and her view it, dude. She is 17. She's in a fucked up situation. Of course, she's gonna think being with an adult man is cool, and whatever you've told her what she wants to hear. And I know her situation's fucked up, but you have groomed her, and you have used her money to buy yourself a car.
His brother went on to complain about images he had seen online showing bruises around Callie's neck. This is what Preston had to say about it.
Let's talk about the hand around her neck. What did you have to have? What about that? What about that one?
That's obviously sexual, Preston. There's no doubt about it, and don't fucking lie to me. I know that's sexual.
Well, hey, I'm not lying about you. I'm not saying that's not sexual. It can be perceived as sexual, but the way that people are perceiving that and the way that photo was taken was never meant to be fucking sexual. It's just a hand around, that's obviously agreed to. It's not like, hey.
There's absolutely no way Preston could claim that he's been living day in and day out in the same house as Callie and that nothing intimate has happened between them. It's just hard to believe. Even his brother confirmed that Preston has been a very sexual person.
For you, or whatever you
Preston,
want.
you're just like out of your mouth. I know how sexual you are as a person. I know that this girl is a fetish for you. I know how you act. I'm not fucking...
But one thing stood out to me during their encounter. Preston was not able to definitively swear that he had nothing intimate with Callie.
Let's say anybody's life that y'all didn't have sex.
I am not going to say that we have or have not for the sake of myself, because there are different views in different states that I am not going to speak publicly about.
So basically y'all did. You realize that's statutory rape, right?
Preston's defense for this reaction from his brother was that whatever they did depended solely on where it occurred, specifically in a state where the age of consent is 16. I believe they were in Georgia at the time. According to a Savannah criminal lawyer, the state of Georgia has set the age of consent at 16. So legally, Preston's not doing anything against the law, and he made this clear to his brother. Preston's main defense is that the age gap between him and Callie is around 4 years, which in his view does not constitute anything illegal in the eyes of the law.
People have their different views. That doesn't just make them a pedophile. I'm not out here fucking 11-year-old goddamn girls. That doesn't make you a pedophile. In the eyes of the law, yeah, fucking 22 and 17 may be different, but literally this has been brought up to the police before, and the county that she is in, they give 0 fucks due to her age. This has been brought up to the fucking Georgia police as well. They give 0 fucks. It's already been brought to the fucking police's attention. They do not give a fuck because of her age and how close she is to 18.
Preston's brother was speaking more about the morality of his actions. Apart from this call with his brother, another video circulated showing a conversation between Preston, Callie, and her mother that left viewers shocked.
What the minor says does not matter.
Okay, but listen, if the police were ever involved, I'm saying silent. I can tell really whatever, but there's no proof of anything.
Except there is a little bit.
And you think nobody gives a fuck?
Sure, nobody gives a fuck, but there are some things that you would probably want to delete if they did get, a search warrant for your phone.
Preston said he was confident about speaking to the police, but Callie told him that he should be more worried about the videos on his phone. This is what a post on Reddit was referring to. It says, "In this phone call, Preston admits to having explicit videos of Callie at age 17 that he refused to delete."
Because that would be considered CP because it's minor.
Yeah, I'm correct on that sense, so.
I really hope so. The Snapchat ain't so protective.
Well, there's nobody's gonna do shit about that.
Yeah, but Preston, after I turn 18, that needs to be gone anyway.
There you have it. It's one thing to be involved with someone her age, and another to record a video of it. In doing so, he may have implicated himself, and Callie reportedly recorded a video about it. Preston appeared to believe there was nothing wrong with having those videos.
Some videos that you and I took that you might want to delete, that you took of me that you might want to delete, because I was 17 in those recordings, meaning that can be considered CP, and you don't want to get charged with that. You really don't.
Listen, nobody's gonna be doing shit about that.
Okay, but you might want to just to be safe, Preston, you don't know how far people can take it. And if you were to just completely get uninvolved with me, that doesn't even matter at that point. And that's still stuff that needs to be off of your phone.
It doesn't even matter if you remove it. They can still pull it back.
I mean, how is it that Callie's the one who seems worried here when the adult appears unaware of the seriousness of the situation? Well, it was apparently because of her mother. She was the one speaking in the background. She probably pushed Callie to have it recorded to potentially use it against Preston. Why did Callie's mother have such resentment with Preston? One of the reasons is because of the control he had over her and how he dealt with most issues, including the tragedy that happened to Callie's dog. Holding on to nothing, hoping it becomes something I can't destroy. Since I break everything I touch, do I hate the person I was? Or do I just miss the noise? According to the information available, Callie's dog Rambo became sick and was taken to the vet for treatment, where surgery was recommended. Callie later went online to ask for financial help, and a GoFundMe was created. Unfortunately, the dog did not survive.
It was October 2024, and my dog had come down with a sickness while I was in Atlanta for the very first time. And I'd never been to Atlanta before. But selfishly,
The whole rant was an emotional meltdown over losing her dog.
And I miss him every day, and I don't forget much. I just want my dog. I just want my dog.
The problem with the whole scandal was the fact that the money contributed for the dog was not used for the surgery. According to an Instagram post from a user named Louver, the user shared a screenshot of a chat where Callie's mother expressed frustration about what her daughter was doing. She was upset because Callie did not take down the GoFundMe page even after the dog had passed. I know I took my boys over for his burial and I said my final goodbye. In the next screenshot, Callie's mother talked about the cost of surgery for Rambo before he passed. She did say she had received more than enough money to cover the $1,000 surgery, but the doctor said he likely wouldn't survive. Even after the dog's death, Callie did not immediately inform her followers or request that donations stop. The GoFundMe page remained active until the controversy intensified. Only later did she address the situation and explain how the funds had been used.
This is something I was never going to come forward about, but I'll go ahead and say it now that the money that y'all raised for Rambo after Rambo died, because he needed that surgery, y'all raised around $8,000, and he spent $6,000 of that on a brand new laptop for himself.
As mentioned earlier, Callie's mother indicated that the surgery was expected to cost around $1,000. However, the fundraiser reportedly brought in nearly 8 times that amount. This led some to question why more than $6,000 was allegedly spent on a laptop by Preston. Callie later stated that the remaining funds were used to care for her cat.
But it's fine, and I can afford to take care of my cat.
This was one of the major reasons why Callie's mother didn't like Preston. But then events were about to take an even darker turn. That's Callie screaming in a fight with Preston. How did it escalate to this point? To fully understand it, we need to examine the role of an individual known online as Vampire Daddy Evil. Who is he?
So, have I been in age gap relationships? Yeah, of course. Let me ask you this, though. Is that really a bad thing?
This may be why he appears so obsessed with Callie. Vampire Daddy's another controversial creator on TikTok and Twitter. Fair warning, do not check his Twitter page. You might regret it, just as others reportedly have. I wish I never would have looked at it. Definitely scarred me for life. His pinned post is not for the weak. Much of his online presence appears centered around provocative or rage bait style content, such as this, where he wishes death upon his viewers for no particular reason. The nearly 40-year-old man is a sympathizer of sex workers in hotels, encouraging them to come out of their shell and make more money by leveraging the office space. Sex work in a motel you're forced to live in for a minuscule amount of money with your cat visible and the money you do have dwindling more and more. How sad. In another annoying post, Vamp Daddy talked about how much he loves being in control of his woman. The idea of being with a girl who doesn't give me free use and let me control her genuinely disgusts me. He's also active on Snapchat, where we see Vamp Daddy making a cryptic post to his audience. Gonna make the price $7.64 if you know you know. In one instance, Vamp Daddy referenced the price of his OnlyFans content. However, the number he used, $7.64, is believed by some to carry a hidden meaning. 764 is a decentralized, internationally operating online extortion network. However, the FBI has issued serious warnings regarding this organization. Information from the FBI's official website provides further insight into the group. 764 is a violent online group made up of individuals who seek to coerce and manipulate children into engaging in unspeakable acts against themselves, according to Ryan Maxwell, an assistant special agent in charge at the FBI Chicago field office.
Of destroying society, they typically exploit minors, ranging from the ages of 10 to 17.
This appears to be the type of group Vamp Daddy's attempting to associate himself with. In a previous post, he even claimed that he was being investigated by the FBI. I'm an actual stalker. I'm actively on an FBI criminology watchdog list as a result, with the belief I have or will commit homicide in the future. Also based on Vamp Daddy's online presence and digital footprint, some have pointed to what they describe as a recurring pattern. I sure do hope that the next investigator they send to speak to me is as gay and horny as I am. That alone is weird, but there's more. Several additional reposts on Vamp Daddy's TikTok account have also drawn attention. In one instance, a post appeared to show a bot placed over a girl's face with the caption, "The next repost is arguably the most shocking of them all. I love little girls." This interpretation is backed up by another post that referenced age gap relationships. When our age gap is so bad, we have to keep our relationship private. Additional reposts featuring content about young girls and relationships with older men were also found on Vamp Daddy's reposts. Some observers viewed this as an indication that he supported such things, but there are even more disturbing posts like this one. Older than me and treats me delicately, sweetly, and puts me in my place when needed, understanding and gentle. This suggests that he may be drawn to the sense of control associated with manipulating and grooming girls who are less equipped to question or make critical decisions. Additionally, the following post appears to endorse violence. "Beat me and tell me that no one will love me better than you." In another post, Vamp Daddy talks about the kind of woman he wants. "When I hit her and she begs for my forgiveness, so I know she's the one." Vamp reposted something about murdering his lady for sick reasons. "When I wish I had killed you and kept your corpse before you left me, so you'd still be with me." These posts also included encouragement to groom these girls so they can send explicit content whenever asked. "Trained her so well she sends whenever we talk." There is considerably more, but I'll pause here for now. For those who believe these were merely harmless reposts, it may be worth hearing his own words directly.
When it comes to an age gap, there's a big maturity difference, yes, but this means one person is going to be able to benefit from having a partner that's a lot more mature and knowledgeable than topics that they might not be too aware of and may.
Children should be allowed to develop naturally with guidance from family and education, not from questionable influences online. So what might explain Vamp Daddy's apparent attraction to that age group? According to a question posed by a medical publication, does sexual abuse in childhood cause pedophilia? An exploratory study. The research suggests a correlation between experiencing abuse and an increased likelihood of becoming abusive later in life. Who admitted having an erotic interest in children significantly more often claimed that they had been sexually abused as children. Now, when you look at what Vamp Daddy said, you'll see the same pattern in his story.
I myself used to be in a relationship with a woman who was 36 when I was 18.
He was of legal age at the time, but the age gap was roughly twice his age. Unfortunately for Callie, This freak started noticing her, hoping to get her attention, which he eventually did. How? By offering to help her when in need. It was posted by Vamp Daddy with the caption, "It's begun." Vamp Daddy also posted the receipt of the payment he made to Callie. But just as you might have guessed, Vamp Daddy wasn't doing it just for kicks. He expected something in return. This may explain why Callie later posted a humorous message after the money was received, with the caption, "When you bought her gas to come see you, and once she gets the money, she blocks you." Right around those times, Vamp Dad has been preying on Callie, trying to get her attention by all means possible. Child's glue, you're so cute. In another comment from Vamp Daddy, someone left a fitting reply to his comment on Callie's post. Vamp Daddy also has the habit of calling Callie Little One, fantasizing about her as a small kid he's always attracted to. But in most posts like this one, we see that Callie's fans were always against the stalking from Vamp Daddy. They knew him and believed he was no good for her. There are more and more comments from Vamp Daddy, all in an attempt to catch the attention of Callie. Eventually, when Callie didn't reply to his comments or give him the attention he wanted, he gathered the courage to send her a direct message on Instagram. "I really would like the chance to get a hold of you. I'm so sorry if I've scared you at all or have done anything to make you uncomfortable." Unfortunately for Vamp Daddy, Callie did not respond. He then became desperate and returned to her comments, expressing that he wanted to help her and using money as a way to lure her. "Let me help you. You're struggling. Let me make things better." In another comment, he was persistent with his desire to help Callie, to change her life for the better. "I'm not mad. You're not in trouble. Reach out to me. I want you to help." Vamp Daddy was so obsessed with Callie that he created an altar for her, filled with disturbing pictures, where he appeared to worship her. He even posted a video of it on his TikTok page. What kind of doll is the Slaughtered Vomit Doll? This is a movie that was released in 2006. A 19-year-old runaway stripper and prostitute descends into a hellish pit of satanic nightmares and hallucinations. So in Vamp Daddy's mind, he probably sees Callie as this character. In order to put more pressure on her, Vamp Daddy decided to take his love to another level. Posted a picture on his page with the caption, "Just bought some nice little things. Guess who they're sent to?" One of the reasons Vamp Daddy believes he's the right person for Callie is because he sees himself as some kind of savior to her. "I unironically think I could have a wonderful relationship with Khalietheflowergirl. I fully believe she could benefit so much from a man like me who knows how to help her." In addition to sending gifts, Instagram DMs, and leaving random comments on her videos, Vamp Daddy also sent a direct message to her TikTok account, hoping to persuade her to come stay with him in his 2-bedroom apartment due to her homelessness. "I have a 2-bedroom and don't use the other room for anything. If you need a place to stay, I can come pick you up." Callie was not very responsive to Vamp Daddy. Perhaps she didn't see the message, so he became more desperate and returned to Instagram to send her additional messages. The messages were long and annoying. You can pause the video to read the DM. But the summary is that the Vamp Daddy believes she's unhappy. He claims he understands her pain better than others and suggests that her current relationship with Preston no longer makes her happy. I wouldn't be surprised if Preston was the one deleting these messages from Vamp Daddy. In a message to critics, Vamp Daddy said, "No, I genuinely want to have ownership and control over her and keep her like a pet." Callie surprisingly posted a comment on this post inferring that Vamp Daddy is something inside of her nightmare by saying, "You look familiar. I think I saw you in a nightmare." Eventually, after trying for a while, Vamp Daddy decided to reach out to her on Snapchat, a platform where Preston reportedly had no control. Fortunately for him, she saw his message and they communicated briefly. However, Callie later posted his DM on her Snapchat, accusing him of love bombing. "Do not try to butter me up and love bomb me when your heart holds no love. You could never mean anything to me more than a piece of dirt on my floor." For other critics that claim Vamp Daddy's a danger, this is what he had to say to them. Eventually, Callie began giving Vamp Daddy some attention, mostly because of the issues she was having with her boyfriend Preston, including the alleged assault we'll discuss later, and moments where she claimed Preston triggered reactions like this.
Okay.
You guys want to see what song I was singing at least?
Can you stop trying to trigger me? You know what you're doing?
Obviously, many people didn't believe that she was actually in that state. Instead, they thought she was pretending to be triggered and shaking her body for attention, and that she deserved the backlash she was receiving. On top of that, Vamp Daddy was persistent, and they ended up calling.
It looks like she was rather upset about it. She thought I'd be gaslighting her, which, big difference between gaslighting and what I'm doing, and she's crazy. She thinks I'm gaslighting her. We did actually get to end up calling just earlier. It was pretty nice. We called for a good number of hours, 5, maybe 6 hours.
And that was how it started. One of the first things Vamp Daddy claimed he wanted to do was drink Callie's blood, though he said he stopped himself for health reasons. Another thing I want to do with Callie is cut her and drink her blood, and she was down. In a video posted during that period, Callie stated that she believed she had found a better partner than the one she previously had.
Fuckers played dinner with me as a homeless 18-year-old woman for my 47-year-old boyfriend, man. Yeah, that's right, I've moved on to better.
If you ask me, while Preston may be troubled and not good for Callie, Vamp Daddy seems even worse. Some of the strange things that began happening including increasing intoxication and substance use. This was a video taken by Callie when she was at Vamp Daddy's place. This is what some people on Reddit referred to as V-diddlers. It's believed to be a steroid. Vamp Daddy's often been accused of using steroids, so some people began to speculate that Callie may have been introduced to them as well. In another video, Callie appeared visibly unwell and possibly intoxicated, with cat litter and waste visible throughout the house. Despite the conditions, she commented that the surroundings looked beautiful.
Feels like home. I want to see my environment. It's beautiful. Can I zoom? It's so beautiful.
During the time the two were dating, Callie made a video in which she appeared to be acting strangely while in Vamp Daddy's car.
Bleached it and I don't want it dead again.
Vamp Daddy picked up where Preston left off by promoting Callie's explicit content on Twitter in a disturbing way, with the caption, "Such a cute little body." Also on Discord servers, some people have accused Vamp Daddy of creating extremely disturbing content that many consider among the worst. Bro, I swear, I just thought Vamp Daddy was some edgy dude trying to intimidate his high school bullies. I didn't know his actions were Epstein list worthy. There is no way he's better than Preston. It may seem that way to Callie, but many of her viewers disagreed. Callie believed she was now with a better man, probably because of the gestures Vamp Daddy makes online, often presenting himself as protective of her. In one of his posts, Vamp Daddy vented about how Callie had no control over her bank accounts and said he wanted to take the passwords and access away from Preston. She needs to access her bank provider and inform them of the situation and change the password, and likely email too, before she'll have access to any of her money. Callie spoke in the past about his control over her bank account and how changing her passwords didn't help her regain control.
Hey, so I changed my password on Venmo, thinking he would no longer have access to it. But it turns out he added his bank card, and now every time I get paid, he just takes all my money.
Does Vamp Daddy want to take the access away from Preston and give it to himself, or to Callie, as he claims he would? No one knows for sure what his intentions are. Some people share this concern. Watch it fall under Vamp's name and the cycle continues. Vamp Daddy also posts protective posts like this, claiming that all insults should be directed at him and not Callie. Being a young and impressionable woman looking for a place to stay with an ex-boyfriend like Preston who had no job and was widely criticized, it's easier to see how Callie ended up with this older man. Despite the pushback from critics, their relationship continued, with pictures posted across their pages and captions like, "I love the way her hat smells like a mix of gravy, cheese, and despair." While their interactions appear fun for the most part, there were times when Vamp Daddy went to extremes, such as when he used the N-word.
Hope that goes absolutely wonderful for you, and I love you. And
Who's
I
Caitlin,
understand,
nigga?
And I understand why we're no longer a part of each other.
In another very disturbing video, while Callie was interacting with her audience, Vamp Daddy attempted to touch her inappropriately while the live stream was still on.
It's like 3 a.m. in the morning.
It's usually the time I'm awake. I slept pretty good in the car. Don't flash me.
I'm not.
You can't flash me.
I know the rules here.
During this period, Callie and Vamp Daddy were frequently seen interacting in the comments sections of their own videos, which some viewers believed was done to boost engagement. In other videos posted by Vamp Daddy, Callie is also all over the comment leaving her take on it. Vamp Daddy posted another picture on his TikTok page, excited that he had gotten Callie to touch him. After all that effort, he seemed to feel that his pursuit had not gone to waste. Callie even shared a post on her Snapchat, suggesting that she believed she had found someone who genuinely cared for her. The message read, "Finally someone treats me right." But how is he really treating her well? Some believe Vamp Daddy often presented a certain image online to achieve what he wanted. During this period, he posted something he likely viewed as romantic, though many viewers found it unusual. Her body was so small compared to mine. I wanted to bring her back with me. No worrying about bills or life, just being my pet. Some people actually thought they looked very cute together, and Vamp Daddy replied to the person with, "Haha, thanks. Unfortunately, she doesn't realize that we're together yet." She doesn't realize it yet? What could that mean? Maybe Callie wasn't completely into Vamp Daddy at the time, or maybe he was just joking. It didn't take long for people to start noticing that their relationship wasn't as perfect as it seemed. But before we get into that, it'll make more sense to revisit the earlier violent video I played. This video was taken when a commotion started at the place where Callie and Preston were staying. This was back when they were still together, while Vamp Daddy was doing everything he could to get Callie's attention. This video was taken on the night of Preston's second arrest. Apparently, Preston was initially arrested for assaulting Callie, and then he allegedly did it again after being released. A chat from one of Callie's former co-workers, which was later shared on Reddit, discussed how Callie felt about her relationship with Preston. "I need a place to stay that's not a hotel or a rat-infested apartment that he wants to get and I'm approved for. I just want freedom, and I know I have the chance." This shows that even before Callie left Preston for Vamp Daddy, there had already been tension between them. While many people on Reddit were criticizing Callie harshly for poor choices, one creator on TikTok felt that the treatment she was receiving was unfair.
I went down the rabbit hole of Khalietheflowergirl, and are there good critiques to be made of her? Sure, there's good critiques to be made of any and everyone, but I think it is very disingenuous to act like that girl wasn't.
His point was that grown adults were spending so much time trying to take this girl down when they themselves were not perfect in their own lives.
Imagine when you are barely an adult, there are snark subreddits and snark Discord servers that are dedicated to watching your every single move, insulting you, and your own mom is in one of these snark Discord servers feeding these people information about you. Meanwhile, they're all acting like they're the normal ones.
But does he have a point? Returning to the main story, on the night of the first arrest, Callie reportedly reached out to the same ex-coworker for help, hoping to leave the situation. Preston just got arrested for domestic abuse. Following his first arrest, a no-contact order was reportedly issued requiring Preston to stay away from Callie. However, he somehow reappeared in her life, which led to the incident shown in the earlier video. After the second arrest, Preston's mugshots began circulating on social media. Even when his mugshot was updated on the police site, it was quickly uploaded to Reddit for people to react to. And react they did. This definitely wasn't the first time he had laid hands on her, but it was the first time it got him in trouble. I know that blaming the victim is not the way to go, but Callie has on occasion come online to talk about it as if it were nothing.
This is literally a cut from my phone getting thrown at my face when I asked if I could have my phone back. Because I forgot he wasn't my boyfriend, he was my parent.
She appears to have normalized it and doesn't seem to see it as a problem, which is worrying for an 18-year-old girl. She also said that Preston used her head like a ball against the wall, essentially turning her into a punching bag.
Yeah. And imagine the amount of times that he banged my head against the wall last night. That was pretty funny too. Or whenever he woke me up by pulling my hair and throwing me on the ground and then slapping me repeatedly in the face.
The only issue I had with this post was that most viewers didn't believe the scratch on her face was caused by a phone or that the violence actually happened. And guess what? The same people will come in the future to complain that Callie's not speaking up about the things Preston is doing to her. In another video, Callie claims that Preston intentionally does things that psychologically trigger her.
Throws it all in the
It makes me, he knows it upsets me, and he knows that it triggers me. He'll also rub his hands together, like, and he knows that triggers me too, and he does it to trigger me.
Despite saying this, we can see the fear and worry on her face, as she hopes that Preston is not on live video to hear what she's saying to her viewers.
I don't want to talk too much, because I know he's going to hear all of this, and whenever he does, I'm going to be in really big trouble with him, but I'm not mad. I'm just tired.
Despite being tired and exhausted by the manipulation and abuse, Callie kept staying with him and running back to him at any chance she got, at times even begging him to take her back in his arms.
Preston, I can't live without you.
You can't be here, Callie. You got trespassed. The host doesn't want you here.
I'm going to leave. I'm going to. I just want you to come back to me.
I'm not coming back to you.
Some observers have alleged that individuals like Preston may use substances, including alcohol and harder drugs, as a way of fostering dependency.
And I have to go.
Can I hit that vape?
No. You just got your own vape.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you did. I had a transaction at this place or whatever that used my card on. So
no, I didn't. Please talk to me.
I can't.
Please talk to me.
This reportedly frustrated Callie's aunt, who then reached out to a Reddit moderator to address concerns about Callie's situation. Her message began as follows. She was crying, saying she doesn't have access to her bank or social medias, and was asking her dad to get it for her. By the time her father arrived at Preston's place to recover her accounts, he reportedly found that Callie was already there and had reconciled with Preston without informing anyone. This response from Callie's aunt appears to have come after online users questioned whether her family was actively trying to intervene. The aunt continued, "She's had every opportunity to get away from Preston and has a few times, but she always goes back. There's probably nothing Preston will ever do to make her want to leave him, even when he's not respectful of her medical condition."
Better? Yes. Let me move. Please stop! Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? That doesn't mean you just told me to go live just to do that to me, bro.
Callie reportedly has a condition called emetophobia, where someone has an intense fear of vomiting. According to the National Institute of Health, it's described as edemophobia is an intense, irrational fear of vomiting, including fear of feeling nausea, seeing or hearing another person vomit, or seeing vomitus itself. It can get so bad that even hearing the sound of someone pretending to vomit can trigger them. This is what Preston did, and it was even confirmed by one of her fans in the comments. Also, in another live video, Callie, in the midst of frustration from her fans and their allegation that most of their stunts are faked, said something Preston did not appreciate.
I can tell you, this is not staged. This one is not staged.
No, it's not. He beat the shit out of me.
No, that's fake.
That is not fake at all.
That is fake.
That's not fake at all. I got thrown at the sink, y'all. I got thrown at the sink and banged my head on the floor.
Most of her viewers didn't believe her and were just laughing it off as if it were nothing. Even Preston tried to gaslight her in the video.
Whoop.
Just the same story over and over, isn't it?
Oh, the same story over and over again, isn't it? Maybe you should change the way you fight. Me pissed off, and I needed advice, and I needed to not get beat, so I had to turn on the camera.
In another live video, we see Callie whispering to her followers about what Preston did to her a few nights ago.
No, he didn't beat me up last night. It was like 3 nights ago.
Somehow Callie herself finds it funny. Maybe that's why most people found it hard to believe that anything like that actually happened. Some fans showed concern because she claimed that it led to her visiting the hospital.
And so I was in the hospital last night for a head injury. How much money do you need to leave tonight? I don't know, but I will figure this out.
Despite all these complaints, one can only wonder why she still chooses to stay with him. The answer lies in her mindset. Callie actually said on our live that she thought it was a normal thing.
Normal anyway. I really thought that was normal. I thought that was just a thing that men do. That's kind of what I was taught.
She said a phrase that's very important, which is, "what I was taught." This means that it's something she may have experienced with between her parents or other relatives, and she's been told that it's a normal thing that men do.
I'm not normalizing anything. I just thought it was normal. I didn't know that that was something that just some people don't do. I thought that every man does that. I thought
She also said that it's something that is common, which is not. This suggests that it's what she experienced in her environment that makes it seem like the norm. She even said that maybe her brothers are the only people she knows who don't do it.
Something that is a very common occurrence, so it's hard for me to see otherwise. I know my brothers don't, I think. I know, yeah.
This says a lot about why she laughs and talks about what Preston does to her. This also ties into what Vamp Daddy said about what happened to Callie when she was at her parents' place.
When she was only 12 years old, by somebody in that family, I'll just go ahead and say, Miranda, her mother's, her lover at the time, did some disgusting things to a 12-year-old girl, and I'll just leave it up to imagination what he did.
This kind of experience must have made Callie love being in that type of toxic situation.
So fuck yeah. And don't you love whenever you ask, hey, can I have my phone? And then it's slammed into your face? Yeah. I love when that happens. I love when I get woken up, dragged out of bed, and then slapped in the face repeatedly, saying, you know what you did.
That's just a sick way of viewing life. Callie also believed that when it comes to dating, cheating only counts if it's done by a woman.
I don't think I wouldn't say cheating. I don't know if it counts if it's a man.
And just after saying this, Callie started talking about how much cheating she had done 9 months earlier. But the problem was that she was not of age at the time. She could not defend herself, so she fumbled on camera.
A woman. So I cheated 9 months ago, maybe? You weren't 18 8 months ago. I know, I wasn't. I was 18 7 months ago. I was 23.
Even Vamp Daddy claimed that he was attracted to Callie because of her dependency on Preston and how she kept coming back no matter what she went through.
Yeah, no, I kind of like that about her, though. To be completely honest, the reason I started liking her was because I saw those videos where Preston kicked her out of the Airbnb, and she came back literally begging, crying, saying she couldn't live without him. And honestly, I just thought that was so cute that she was...
So don't be surprised if you know a woman who only attracts a certain type of toxic man. Something inside them probably wants it. Vamp Dad even claimed that if someone slapped Callie, he would understand.
If you guys were to tell me that Dagger slapped Callie, I would have two responses. The first response would be, why did he do it? And the second response would be, I understand.
In the audio he dropped on his Discord server, he went on to talk about her mental growth as it relates to her background.
Dog, have you not seen her childhood living situation in parents? I don't think she's gonna ever mentally develop.
He claimed that she would be stuck in the mental space of a teenager for life. In the same Discord server, he also attacked Preston, claiming that he would never stop hurting Callie, no matter what was done.
This happened once. He beat Callie once. We can argue, hey, this wasn't good. He's a young adult. He can still get his life on track. Obviously, he needs counseling, yada yada. Judge, please give him sympathy. If he stayed away from the victim, perfect. The thing is, we can't do that now. He's showing a track record. He is showing he cannot be trusted. He's showing he cannot be out in the fucking public.
While Vamp Daddy may be right, we all know he wanted Preston out of the way so he could have Callie to himself. Vamp also made sure to give his perspective on Callie, claiming that she is not as innocent as some people might want her to be.
They're mutually toxic. I don't think Callie is completely innocent. Could Preston be in a better fucking spot if he dated a different woman that pushed him to pursue his goals and helped him mentally? Possibly. I don't know. I don't know Preston.
And yes, Callie's not totally a saint or someone who does not have a bad side. While she was in high school, she was accused of being a terrible person. According to someone who claimed to know her, Callie usually created hate pages for kids she didn't like in school. Yes, Callie made several hate pages, and she titled them with the person's name. The only reason I know that is because she put me in one a couple of years ago. Another problem with Callie is her transphobic mindset. She often makes fun of trans people.
The fuck has the internet became? My best friend is transgender, and I'm transphobic. According to the internet, I'm transphobic.
Kylie went on to gaslight and patronize the community, claiming that she's not transphobic when the evidence shows otherwise.
The fuck did I do? I'm sorry to the offended community, but I'm not transphobic at all. I love me, my transgender. I have transgender friends. I literally love them.
Also, posts like this, where Callie diagnosed herself as gay as if it were a disease, didn't help her situation. So when Preston claimed to want to kiss a transgender woman, her reaction to it said it all.
You had to kiss a boy.
A trans woman, yeah.
Ugh, you disgusting fuck. Get away from me, nasty boy.
Well, maybe it was just a joke, but the internet doesn't always take topics like that lightly. So yeah, the two of them are kind of meant for each other. Even in one of Callie's TikTok live videos, her fans called her out on her relationship with Preston and their money management.
But he has your passcodes, he has freaking everything. He can come to your house at any time he pleases. You literally sat here begging on live for money for an apartment or an Airbnb to go to, but...
Someone else in the live tried to bring Callie's attention to the fact that this behavior of hers and Preston's could turn into a serious legal problem in the future.
Also, you realize that if you're involved with anything with the GoFundMe's and misuse of funds, that is a federal crime.
Understood. And I'm not.
And that's not jail, that is federal prison. 10 to 25 years.
When one of them asked Callie why she spends her money on stupid stuff and then comes online to say she has no money, Callie replied with this.
No, getting out of there.
Girl, okay, that was not donation money. That was money that I earned.
You complain about not having money. That's the thing.
That was money that I earned, and I have not been complaining about not having any money.
You do. Every time you're on live, you'll be like, I have no money, guys. I can't go nowhere.
Look at Callie's face, pretending to be surprised that someone is accusing her of always begging for money online. Let me jog back your memory to one of the most iconic moments of Callie's begging. Callie went live on that day, crying and wailing that she'd been kicked out of the house and had nowhere to go.
Oh, someone help. What do I do in this situation? I don't even got $7 to Uber where I wanted to fucking go. What happened to my money? And don't say my piercings, that's not what happened. I got money. I just don't have access to my bank account or any of the money I made.
There she is in the middle of nowhere, looking drugged up or intoxicated to some extent, begging for money to get a place to sleep for the night. She even promised that if they donated to her, she would do better from that point onward and use the money wisely.
That's changing today. I promise that's changing till fucking day. Please help me. Please help me. I need help. I'm scared. I can't afford Uber and I need a woman to help save me. Help. I'll pay you with cash that I'll beg for from someone around the street. I need $7.
This clearly does not look like someone who doesn't beg for money online and then claims that she doesn't do it.
I can't go nowhere. I literally have been watching you since like day one.
I have not been doing that at all.
And guess what? The video she made outside in the rain was all a lie. Because after a while with the video still up on Instagram, someone advised her to return to her family since that was where she was staying at the time. And Callie said this. "No, I gotta go today, not allowed here anymore because I made this video." Which means she had access to her family home, but chose to live there and beg for money, thereby losing access to staying there completely. And remember, this is not the first time she's pulled this stunt for money.
And I got my 2 stuffies. Ugh. You ever felt so unloved in your life, dude?
Callie eventually lost her cool on the live video after she was called out multiple times. She muted some of the guests and then utilized the pity strategy she always uses.
Got 30 seconds, she can leave.
You didn't even wait for a response. You just kept going question after question.
I bought these plushies. I lost all my plushies in a house fire, you motherfucker. You don't know what it's like. You probably don't know what it's like to have a house fire and lose absolutely everything that you had.
No, for real.
You don't know what that's like. If you don't know what it's like to lose everything you've had in a house fire, then maybe I bought these. Don't hug me.
Now that you get the full picture, let's fast forward to when the relationship between Vamp Daddy and Callie was waning. Vamp Daddy posted a video of him and Callie together to his fans on Twitter. Obviously, we can't show such a video here. These are the only images you can see to get an idea of what was posted. Vamp Daddy on his Discord server claimed that he has more videos with him that he has not posted yet. I still have a number of pictures and videos that weren't posted. I'll delete them if she asks. And of course, Vamp Daddy claimed that he got consent from Callie before posting any of the videos or photos.
Single thing I have ever posted, and she knew I was recording her. Every single photo and every single video I have ever posted of her, I have shown her and asked, hey, do you like the way you look in this?
However, the major thing that completely ended things between Vamp Daddy and Callie was the release of Preston from prison. Even while at Vamp's home, Callie made a video signaling that she might return to Preston.
Because Mr. XY just got out of jail, and I need to not go back. And I'm 10 hours away. I can't go back, right? Help.
And that was exactly what Callie did. She left Vamp Daddy as soon as she could. Vamp declared this in one of his posts. I do obviously like and care about Khalietheflowergirl, but she's choosing to stay with Preston. Vamp Daddy voiced his total disappointment after she left him for someone everyone knows bullies her. I'm so disappointed in her. She will message me again later. I will not care. I'm already speaking to other girls, my ex-girlfriend included. Vamp Daddy believes that she'll call back because in the past, she's always reached out to him whenever she's distressed. How can you try to call me out for spam calling when you're in a crisis when this is you on a casual Wednesday night? Before Callie left Vamp Daddy, she made sure to do something terrible to him. It all started one morning. By the time Vamp Daddy woke up, Callie had left the house without a trace.
Are you okay if I post it? I managed to get some sleep, and I wake up and I notice Callie is not in the hotel. And, you know, this is a little upsetting because I told Callie word for word that a lot of people told me that she disappears randomly and will just run away and just run off. And I told her I want her to be there when I wake up.
Callie eventually texted Vamp Daddy that she was at the tattoo artist's place and needed help paying $60 for the service. Vamp Daddy went to her and paid for it. Not long after, Callie woke up again and took a picture, looking all sad with Vamp Daddy fast asleep beside her. And with that, she disappeared again. Callie went to the police to report abuse against Vamp Daddy. He was arrested and taken into custody after that.
Like 8 cops immediately cornered me, and yeah, they were not taking any chances. I am handcuffed, placed in the back of a car. They have a search warrant for my place. They go through, they take my phone, whatever.
This was announced on his Discord server. It turned out that Callie complained to the police about the videos Vamp Daddy had of her that were still on his phone. So when he got to this station, he was made to delete them and the ones on Twitter. Callie also told the police that Vamp Daddy had CP on his phone, which was one of the reasons they seized his phone upon arrest.
She had apparently told them I have content on my phone and that she had seen this content involving something that, let's just say, has the same initials as Cyberpunk. You know, C and then the other one, yeah.
To safeguard Callie, the police booked a hotel for her so that she would not need to return to Vamp Daddy's place. During that time, Callie went back to begging. I ran away from here. Vamp is gone. I have $27 to my name, and me and Twinkle have 2 hours left to stay here at this motel the police paid for. At that time, she was able to get the money she needed and planned on rehoming her cat, Twinkle, until she was back on her feet. I have 2 hours to rehome her. Eventually, Callie was able to rehome the cat with someone she believed was trustworthy and who would give the cat back to her when she was back on her feet.
Yeah, no, I think Lilith, I had a chance to rehome her. And I was gonna take it, but I was too scared my parents would say no.
Callie was able to get back home, but she was back with Preston.
Yeah, no, I think Lilith, I had a chance to rehome her. And I was gonna take it, but I was too scared my parents would say no.
After a while, when Callie believed that she was fit enough to have her cat back, she contacted the person who had taken it from her, and the response she got broke her heart. Callie asked, "Thank you for the Twinkle updates. When this case is over in Tennessee, I'm gonna come back and get her next month. Is that okay?" And Callie got this response: "I am not comfortable returning Twinkle, and I do not think it'd be in her best interest. No one is convincing me or making me make this decision." Instead of understanding the person's perspective, Callie went defensive and wailed to get her cat back. "Twinkle is the only one I live for. I got lost the day she was left in the unit. I can't lose my baby like this whenever I just needed your help. I've been sick and crying nonstop every day." Luckily, the person didn't fall for her manipulation, even when Callie threatened to call the authorities to get her cat back. After trying to get her cat back a couple more times with no success, Callie came out in search of a new one. "Anybody got any baby kitties for sale? I'll gladly take them off your hands. I just lost my baby to a woman who claimed she would only babysit her." On Vamp Daddy's side after the arrest, one of the first things he said happened to him was that the allegation and arrest cost him his job.
Many of you may know I am now living out of my car after losing my apartment and job after getting screwed over pretty badly by someone who I wanted to help out.
Vamp Daddy also had to give his cats away just so they could find a better place to stay until he was able to get a new place to rent. He made most of this statement on his Snapchat story, but also made a video.
Those of you curious about my cats, I was able to find someone who would take them in while I'm struggling, and
the tricky part of all of this is that at the initial phase of heartbreak from Callie, Vamp Daddy still had hopes that she would return to him, even claiming that he still cared about her.
I wish that she would have just stayed with me and just worked and made things better. Yes, I know things were messy. I had left for 5 days. Obviously, I apologize to anyone. My cats do not live in bad conditions. I cared about Callie a lot, and people can say whatever they want, but this is somebody that I really wanted to help and somebody that I really wanted to see do well.
While the gesture sounded genuine, Callie was already back with Preston. Piachu, who's another weird beggar on TikTok, allegedly extended her love to Vamp Daddy, hoping he could take his eyes off Callie and focus on her by posting. Tofia commented, "Why do you want broken women when you can have me?" Vamp Daddy did what Callie always does in times of distress like this and begged his fans and well-wishers to donate some money to his new GoFundMe page.
Even though I don't know if anyone on this app really would even want to help me, I've made a GoFundMe that you can donate to. I've only set the goal to $1,000. I just want to be realistic. I don't really expect anyone to give me anything.
So Vamp Daddy was trying to see if he could get back into Callie's heart. Some weird interactions started surfacing online. Callie made a post, and Vamp Daddy replied, and Callie trolled him by saying, "Does the moment I offered you toothpaste still haunt you?" In another weird interaction on Twitter, Callie replied to Vamp Daddy, referring to their moment together as so bad that she wished she wasn't alive to remember it. "All fun and games till I'm alone with the thought of you and wish you would have just killed me instead, because anything is better than the aftermath of you." Vamp Daddy eventually stopped trying to get her attention. He announced this with a post saying, "I'm not after her anymore, I'm just pointing out that she's lying." And just like any heartbroken person, he went on a rampage to attack Callie, especially because of the video of Callie and Preston making fun of him.
Your Iowa meth head?
Meathead, bro.
Oh,
Meathead.
What the fuck?
Callie also claimed that Vamp Daddy basically kept her captive or kidnapped her, not wanting her to leave the house or even have a little bit of freedom.
Bro, I got letters.
He wouldn't let me leave.
On all my...
I cried and I cried and I cried, and then I had to take too much of my, not too much, but enough of my medication to knock me out, and then he photographed me in my sleep.
In one post, Vamp Daddy responded by saying that the medication Callie was referring to earlier was probably meth. There is reason to believe she may have been high on meth. I can personally confirm that Callie has been using meth. She has crystal at her place when I met her. Vamp Daddy claimed that Callie is so addicted to being high that she would do anything to get a vape. According to his post, Vamp Daddy was pained, but unknown to him, his day to laugh was near. In early February of 2026, Vamp Daddy posted a video of Callie getting her mugshot taken. Why was she arrested? According to public records, she was taken in for public intoxication. Vamp Daddy, very happy about the new happening, jumped on TikTok to talk to his fans about what had happened.
Callie's in jail for public intoxication. She was drunk. She got caught outside being drunk. She's not even 21, so yeah, she's in jail. Someone else wants me to pick them up. You'd probably do me a lot better than Callie. I remember being inside of Callie and thinking, man, I hope they don't all feel like this. This is horrible.
Callie was later released from jail, and she made a post to update her fans.
Darling, guess who's back from jail?
Callie, just like so many would guess, didn't take any personal responsibility for her actions. She put the blame on her mother and added it as a caption to the earlier video. She got a reply and she responded with, "She called the cops on me while I was sleeping and had me sent to a hospital. At that hospital, I got in trouble for being publicly intoxicated." First, her mom was only looking out for her by using force to take her to the hospital. So how can Callie blame her mom for being intoxicated? Someone else gave more context as to why her mother called the cops, saying that Callie was banging her head on the door. After arriving to the hospital, you refused treatment and you went out to cause chaos in the streets. Despite everything, Vamp Daddy is still sending replies to Callie on Twitter, where some of his replies are under the spam section. He had this to say about the arrest. "I'm so sorry your mother did that to you and called the police. I know what it's like to struggle and not have anyone believe you and use things against you that never happened. I'm not mad at you for what happened between us or what you did. You know that.